Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Ghosts and another episode of Chem Strike Saturday, which of course is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in Chem Strikes. This was sent in by a guy named Don't Get Mad, who is actually a two-time guest now here on Chem Strike Saturday, and we have a very fast, very awesome Vepr KEM Strike here on the map Strike Zone. I apologize for the late upload of Chem Strike Saturday this week. There will be 3 new episodes of Chem Strike Saturday, but they're going up a bit later than usual because there's a family reunion thing going on today. I had to go to that, and it was kind of nice seeing all the family and seeing all the little younger kids that, you know, are growing up in our family. All my cousins are starting to have kids now. It's just a really cool thing to go to my family reunion, see people I don't see as often as I probably should. So that was kind of nice. But the gameplay we got here, very fast, very nice. And we're using the Vepr, which is a great gun. The Vepr is actually one of the guns I used a lot when the game first came out, but then I kind of just stopped using it as much because the high fire rate really kind of limits this gun at kind of like a medium to long range, and I kind of opted out more for like the MTAR-X, which is a bit better at, you know, medium to longer ranges as a submachine gun as compared to something like the Vepr, which is really kind of like a close quarters powerhouse. So the perks we're going to be running for this are going to be Ready Up, which is a fantastic overall perk. We've got Sleight of Hand for faster reloads because the fire rate on the Vepr is very fast, so you're going to be reloading a lot. Sleight of Hand is very good for that. We got Dead Silence so that you can be quieter as you're moving around so the enemy team can't hear you, as well as it's easier to isolate the sound of the enemy's footsteps. Scavenger, which is great for using a submachine gun because you're constantly moving and picking up ammo off of people. We got Focus, best perk in the game, honestly, in my opinion. You should be using it on everything. And we have Hardline, that way we can get our specialist bonus stuff faster, as well as get the Chem Strike faster, if that's what you're going for. The gameplay itself, very, very fast, and what we're going to be doing throughout the majority of this video is staying between the B flag and the A flag. This area is very, very good. I think we've had a couple different episodes of Chem Strike Saturday so far where we show off a strategy like this, where basically if you're playing on Strike Zone, you really want to hang out between the B flag and the A flag, if at all possible. Of course, it's okay to have them down at the C flag, because in which case they're going to spawn around the pro shop a bit more often, but it's a lot more dense up here. You know, it's a lot easier to kind of tell where the enemy team is at. It's a lot easier to take them out, and it's definitely better overall to have them at the A flag. Well, once again, though, it's good to have the enemy team at the C flag too. It's just better to have them at the A flag when you're playing this. In a best case scenario, you have them at the B flag where they're completely trapped in there, where your team has A and your team has C, then the enemy team is only spawning inside there at the bar and grill. That is the best case scenario. It's like literally shooting fish in a barrel. They spawn in there. It reminds me a lot of Modern Warfare 3's Dome, and how many times we have to talk about this and how this map has a really similar map layout compared to Dome from Modern Warfare 3, but that's how you want to play it. And right there he actually picks up the Chem Strike, and it's very, very nice, very, very fast. It's a very good overall map. I would say Strike Zone is definitely one of the best maps in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's one of those maps I can picture in the future with Ghost 2. If you guys beat the campaign of Call of Duty Ghosts, you can probably see this coming. There's probably going to be a Call of Duty Ghost 2, or at least something expanding on this universe that Infinity Ward has created, and I would not be surprised to see Strike Zone actually being remade in Ghost 2, or whatever the name of the new Infinity War game is going to be. But the Chem Strike's actually going off right there, and then we're going to be fast forwarding to the final score, as we usually do, as the map here blows up and completely changes, which is a kind of a cool feature. I gotta say, I wish that every single map was like this. You know, when Call of Duty Ghosts first came out, I actually assumed that every map, if you were to drop a Chem Strike on it, was going to completely like blow up and then play completely different. But as we all know, that only happens on the Strike Zone. It'd be cool if it happened on every map. But go to the final score here, a final score of 84 and 20. 84 kills, only 20 deaths. Man didn't have any captures, but his teammates were definitely picking up the slack on the captures. One guy had 10 of them, one guy had 8 of them. He had 2 guys down at the bottom with 4 captures, and he led the way with 84 kills, making it very, very easy for his team to go up there and take those flags. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Chem Strike Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And if you guys like to send in your guys' Chem Strikes for next week's episode of Chem Strike Saturday, everything you guys need to see is on your screen right now. No commentary, no color correction. Try to render your video out at a good quality, because keep in mind, when you guys send me your videos, I have to download them, and we lose a bit of the quality from that download. So having the best possible quality that you can get when you send me your videos is definitely going to help out the quality of the show here. And then take that high quality video, upload to YouTube as unlisted, link me via personal message here on YouTube, and then congratulations, you have submitted your video for next week's episode of Chem Strike Saturday. If you guys like to check out Don't Get Mad, who of course was the player for this episode of Chem Strike Saturday, he's a returning guest here in the show. He's actually got his first feature really recently, so he's kind of making some waves here in Chem Strike Saturday. If you do head on over to his YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/don'tgetmad with 2 Ds, and you're going to find a lot of Chem Strikes and a lot of really good gameplays. Initially, when you look at his channel, you're like, wow, he doesn't really have a ton of videos there. But if you factor in the fact that he has 18 total videos on his channel, and the fact that he's only been posting for 2 weeks, That's a pretty frequent upload schedule, and he's doing YouTube right. If you have a small channel, right, you're just starting out on YouTube, and you want to start growing on YouTube, you need to post as many videos as possible and make sure all those videos are as good as you can make them, and that's what he's doing over there on his channel. So he's a pretty good player with even better gameplays, and if that's your kind of thing, you should definitely give his channel a look. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Chem Strike Saturday, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.